The Hayes Art Walk interview on Eagle Communications Television brought to you by Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Hayes Chevrolet, Hayes Convention and Visitors Bureau, Midwest Energy, Patty Bacon Rind Appraising, Redeem Designs, and Eagle Communications. Welcome, I'm Mike Koerner, and Brenda Meder is with me today. We are at the Hayes Arts Council, and we are gearing up for another art walk coming up here soon.
I know, it's amazing. These things seem to just come faster and faster, but maybe it's just because we're getting a little older. I don't know. But yeah, our winter art walk is set for Friday, December the 6th. And it's going to be an amazing walk this year. They're always wonderful. People love the walks. More people come out all the time. People bring their young families, older folks that maybe can't be out for too long but want to get a few places in. It's just that night that you sort of design yourself. And more people are designing that night for them. And this will be no exception. 26 locations on the Winter Art Walk, 26 places participating that night with the visual, literary, or performing arts in some capacity. And I've never had a Winter Art Walk that jam-packed before. And in fact, the core time we have shifted from what was traditionally 7 to 9 for the Winter Walk to 6:30 to 9 p.m. And there are 13 of the 26 locations actually have hours that start even earlier than that. So there's every opportunity for people to get in tons of activity that night. And if you want an art walk that's more like 3 or 4 hours, well, guess what? You can have an art walk that is 5 hours from start to finish if that's what you want to do that night.
I like it because it's entertaining for everybody. You can bring the whole family out, you can do it as a couple, whatever you want to do, and just take your time with it, your own pace, and it's absolutely free.
It is absolutely free, and you're right. However you want to design the evening, you can visit whatever places you want, in whatever order you want, staying however long you want. And not only is it fun to be out with friends, but if you're someone who, does more things by yourself, or you don't have someone to go with, it won't matter. Because it's almost like everybody that night is solo. Nobody can find who they're with anyway. So it's a good opportunity to do something that doesn't involve you needing to be with somebody else or looking like you're flying solo. So if you're just one person, come out and enjoy. If you're seeing this and you're from out of town, come to Hayes that night and enjoy it, because there are going to be so many visitors here that night from out of town. And we do want to encourage everyone to get out, because we love our out-of-town guests. And because that is also the night, the anchor for the evening is the opening of the annual 5-state photography competition and exhibition. So 155 fabulous pieces of photography selected from 323 that were submitted will be on display. And those photographers come from not only across the state of Kansas, a lot from our area, but from across the state of Kansas, but every one of the other 4 states, Kansas, Nebraska, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Colorado, are also represented. And there are a lot of people that drive in excess of 2, even 3 or 4 hours to be here that night. People know what a great evening it is, and they know they're going to have a good time and have a lot to do when they come to Hayes that night. It's amazing the number of out-of-town guests that we will have in Hayes on Friday, December the 6th.
Well, very good. It should be a busy weekend, because also the Hayes City Shootout that same weekend. So a lot of things happening in the community of Hayes, which is thriving and great for the city of Hayes. And visitors can come in and see this too.
Absolutely, they can. I hope they do come by, because the day after the opening, our regular hours on Saturday are 10 to 1, but we stay open until 10 to 2 that day to give a little more time for visitors that maybe didn't get to look as much as they would have liked on Friday night during the opening. They'll come back and take a look. But in addition to our photo show, there is artwork by children at the library. There are BFA and MFA, Florida State University graduating student exhibitions in a variety of places. And in fact, first time there are 4 locations on campus. There are 2 exhibitions in the new Center for Art and Design. There is an exhibition over at the Robbins Center, and there is an exhibition in the Katz building where the sculpture program is. Not to mention a variety of things in and around the downtown area. The Men of Bethesda Place are having their holiday store over in the old Pioneer Photography building. There are things down at the Community Theater, Indigo by Jasmine, so a little bit off of 8th Street on either side, but all the way from down at Breathe Coffee House. They're at 7th and Main, all the way up to I Smile Dental and Vision at 13th and Main, and everything in between. And I do want everyone to know that you will be able, by the weekend before the art walk, so the weekend after Thanksgiving, you will be able to go online. So when you're seeing this, it should be up there, and find the entire listing of locations and features. So you can kind of maybe map out your evening, or at least have the list in advance. We'll have copies here, but our doors will not open until 6:30, because prior to that, we have an exhibition reception, a little preview for just the accepted photographers and their guests. So our doors will not open until 6:30. So if you wait till you get here to get a list, you might miss some of those great places that start early, like Sternberg Museum. The last 2 hours of their regular day, when you would normally have to pay an admission, because they have two amazing exhibitions that align with the art walk so beautifully right now. Admission is completely deferred from 4 to 6 p.m. That is their contribution and participation in the Winter Art Walk. And then there are, I think, 2 or 3 locations that start at 5, and there's a whole bunch that start at 6. So do check us out online. Find out what starts early. Make your way around before you even get here into the downtown area, and settle in at the Hayes Arts Center. Our doors, again, will only open at 6:30 p.m., but there is so much to see and do earlier, and then you can finish up with music at the end of the night across the street at Gella's. So it's going to be a good time.
Pretty excited about it. Art Walk, the Winter Art Walk, coming up here so soon, so hopefully you can come by and check it all out. Brenda, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Mike.
Brenda Meder, I'm Mike Koerner, and this is Eagle TV. The Hayes Art Walk interview on Eagle Communications Television, brought to you by Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Hayes Chevrolet, Hayes Convention and Visitors Bureau, Midwest Energy, Patty Bacon Rind Appraising, Redeem Designs, and Eagle Communications.